Hi, my name is Maddie Outcaesar. I'm the CEO of Tender Armor, and I am pleased to present to you today CVV Plus, a credit and debit card fraud prevention solution designed to protect consumers when they shop.
Did you know the number one consumer worry in the United States is having your credit card stolen, followed by identity theft? So let's talk about why that's important and how CVV Plus is going to solve for this problem and alleviate consumer worry and give them peace of mind, as well as giving them control over their payment cards. The payment card market is huge. There is more than one card in the wallet for every man, woman, and child on the planet, with over 9 billion cards that are actually active in the market. The biggest fraud category for payment cards is what we call card not present transactions, which actually means when the physical card is not present, such as when you're shopping online or making a purchase over the phone. CVV Plus targets to protect card not present transactions. And what this means for the banks and consumers that we sell to is that on average, a bank will lose $20 per year per card for card not present transactions, which includes the cost of the fraud write-off and all expenses associated with solving the problem for the cardholder, including issuing them a new card. CVV Plus is simple and it's secure and it is personal. It is the only fraud solution on the market today that actually gives consumers peace of mind, and it's very easy to use. Let me show you how easy CVV Plus is to use. Every time you make a transaction online, you're asked for your account information and the expiration date and the security code that's printed on your card. Once you're protected by CVV Plus, what actually happens is that you receive a code from CVV Plus that replaces the code that's printed on the back of your card. And when you're conducting that transaction online, you use the daily code that's provided by CVV Plus. And now your worries are alleviated because you are protected. CVV Plus is very easy to get. There's a very simple cardholder enrollment process offered through the financial institution that provides you with your card. Sign up is done in really 3 easy steps. The bank presents you an interface that we have built where the cardholder selects which cards they want to enroll. They can enroll one or many. They review the terms and conditions. The product is offered free to consumers, and then they establish what their communication preferences are. We can deliver the code to the consumer either in a daily text or email. They can request for it on demand. We actually have built out a CVV Plus mobile application that will reside on a smartphone, or it could reside on the bank's mobile application or on the bank website. So the consumer can get the code any which way they want. As well, they can decide how often the code actually changes. As well, the bank can help make that determination as well. So it's very simple to use and very simple to get. Part of what makes CVV Plus unique is that it actually authenticates a cardholder, not just a device or a transaction. It gets installed on the organization's authorizing platform. In other words, it's sitting behind the bank's firewalls. We can sell to banks, we can sell to networks such as American Express and Discover, and even MasterCard and Visa. We can also arrange for reseller agreements through some of the major processors that support a lot of the bank processing transactions. The solution works on every single card in the market today across the planet without requiring the replacement of the existing cards in the wallet, saving the banks many, many dollars on replacement and distribution costs. As well, we will provide the banks with most of the marketing materials to help them promote the product to their cardholders. Our service, we anticipate, will cost about $3 per card per year versus the $20 number that I shared with you earlier in the conversation, which banks spend today on card not present transaction fraud, losses, and expenses alone. Inclusive, when a consumer's card gets compromised, they have to replace that card, which costs in some cases $3, $4, and $5. So by offering the service at $3 per year per card, the bank receives significant savings. We also have a pretty extensive roadmap for the product, inclusive of expanding the use case to other financial services products within banks themselves, and doing things like a seamless integration on mobile wallet applications such as Apple Pay and Samsung Pay. We also did an exhaustive consumer research study where we surveyed more than 1,000 consumers across the United States to understand their proclivity for wanting to use and adopt the product, and that consumers found our product easy to use, relevant, and would make them feel safer. Let's take a moment and talk about the competitive landscape for fraud solution products in the marketplace. The way we see the market is it's divided into a couple of different arenas. Some products target the merchants, and some products target the issuers. As well, some solutions are detection-based, and others are prevention-based. And as you know, an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. But one of the other important aspects of the fraud marketplace is that typically organizations in this marketplace layer their fraud products. They don't buy only one product. They buy many products because one product can't necessarily solve all the problems that an organization can face. So therefore, even though there are a lot of different solutions out in the marketplace, there's a lot of room for growth and expansion in this market as well. And hence, there's a lot of room for new product and better products. And we like to think that CVV Plus is the only product that is actually holistically focused on the actual cardholder and authenticates the cardholder versus a device or a particular transaction. I am so proud and humbled by the team that we have built in the short time that we have been in existence. We have been able to attract many seasoned payments experts from around the industry, including those who have experience from major name brand recognized companies. Rod Reith, who is one of our board directors, spent 30 years at Citibank building a payments empire that exceeded $40 billion in turnover when he left the company. Lily Placco, here with me today, spent many years at MasterCard, preceded by JP Morgan Chase. And we have others, such as Lester Diaz, who I personally worked with at FIS, who is a seasoned systems architect and worked on authorization platforms for FIS, along with several other members of the team with deep expertise within the industry. Because the payments marketplace is so huge, there are literally hundreds of prospective clients on our target list in our sales pipeline with very diverse backgrounds. Not only are there banks on the list, but there are a number of very large processing organizations that are Fortune 500 companies, along with the networks themselves, such as MasterCard, Visa, Discover, and American Express, and many other providers that can give us a reseller agreement or where we can form a strategic alliance. The list that we've included here is just really a short list to give you an idea of the diversity of the companies that we are targeting. One of the things about this business is the sales cycle. It's a three-part cycle for this business. Contract negotiations with these companies can typically take between 6 to 12 months and are usually tied to their capital allocation and budgeting cycles. The solution itself only takes between 14 to 30 days to get boarded on a particular platform. However, it's about getting in the queue against all the other priorities that these companies have in supporting their products and enhancing their products. Then we have the cardholder enrollment piece, which could be pretty simple if an institution decides that they want to bulk enroll all the cardholders at the same time and create an opt-out option, or whether or not they want to allow the cardholder to opt in. Let's turn for a minute to our financials. As mentioned, we do have our first client, and therefore we are expecting to generate revenue by Q2. As well, the burn rate on this business is very low because it is a software business. The biggest expenses that we anticipate having is to promote sales and marketing of the product that will drive client adoption and then cardholder enrollment, which we expect to be able to support with the banks. We have already raised $900,000 to date, inclusive of co-founder money and family and friends on a convertible note. We are seeking about $2.5 million, and the use of funds will go to support the sales initiatives, the consumer marketing, and as you know, completing the patent filing and legal fees, which is a very hefty expense. I couldn't be more proud of what we have built in a very short period of time on a relatively small budget. Not only is the software ready, but we have actually filed all of our patents, and we did a media blitz last December when we came out of stealth mode, which has driven a huge amount of press and interest in the product, which has helped open up the doors. Rod Reith joined our board in March, further demonstrating how much the industry believes in the direction that we're going in. Another important milestone is that we have started our European sales initiatives because of the regulatory marketplace in Europe, which is going to require dual-factor authentication for all online transactions by the end of 2017. As mentioned earlier, our product is market ready, and we expect to go live with our first client before the end of the year. I want to thank you very much for this opportunity today. Have a great day, and thanks again.